Why is there a huge tiger behind you?
He's my boy. I got him on Etsy. Tommy, didn't you buy me this tiger on my first stream back?
He's so fucking rich, he doesn't even know what he's buying. Yeah, that fucking $3,000 ceramic fucking life-size tiger.
Dude, it was so
just
bizarre.
A drop in the bucket.
It was so bizarre. That Etsy purchase was so strange because they didn't deliver it via the post office or anything like that. It was just, I got a call literally at the dead of night. I was at the office at like 9 p.m. I got a call and it was just a guy and he's like, I'm bringing the tiger over.
Dude, that's awesome.
and I'm like, okay.
Which one?
Okay. Real? When's he coming?
Then you grabbed your handgun.
Yeah. And like an hour later, I get it. There's a knock on the office door and I open it like 10 p.m. pitch blackout. And it's just a guy in a pickup truck with with the tiger just wrapped in layers and layers and layers of bubble wrap. And he unloads the thing and he's like, this thing is so fucking cool, dude. Like, this is the coolest tiger ever. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome, bro. And,
you just happen to find
Put your dick away.
You just happen to find the one delivery driver within like the tiger fan niche.
Dude, he is kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you. You seen this guy?
Really awesome.
He's fucking awesome.
And his debut was so good on your first stream back, where you had Connor. I'll never forget seeing Connor mount that thing and wear the rat mask.
Yeah,
that was such a funny moment. Oh my god.
So when I was at this Mr. Beast place, I get recognized quite a lot, and it's really weird. So audio listeners, I'm doing a diagram with my hands. I see it as you kind of have these two sort of lines, right? And you have people that are really like obviously watch my stuff and want to recognize me, and I'm like, hi, and it's great. Then you have people who don't really know me. Maybe their mate's sister do, but they know that who I am on the internet, and they want to recognize me to take the piss out of me. And like the dickheads, right? Like today I was walking around and I just heard someone shouted at me, yes, Tommyinnit, top G, and I was like, it was like a fucking NPC interaction, and I never saw them in the eye. I just heard the dialogue line twice. I was going into. Yeah, I did. I was going in. I was like near a car park, so it was echoey, and I just heard it, and I was like, "What the?" I wish I had a gun.
It's like the characters in GTA you walk by, and they're like,
literally,
they don't even look at you. They're just like, "Fuck you, asshole."
And so when I was in this area, right? So you have the people who don't, really like. I really appreciate. I really want to recognize, and the people who are just taking the piss. But the thing I know, this slider is still the same. You have people in the middle who are really nice. But the way that they are in Britain and America is completely different. So British people, when they recognize me and take the piss out of me, they're kind of really in my face. They put their arms around me. They're showing that they're boss of me, and it's taking loads of photos. Huh. But the Americans are the complete opposite. And I know this from the New Jersey Walmart experience. Right. They're like, we're doing a TikTok, Tommy, and just start doing a TikTok sound in my face. And they're like, be in my vlog. And it's like the complete, it was so weird.
So let me get this straight. They're
Did I
both
explain
in
that
your
well?
face.
I felt a bit
they're both in your
there.
face in two different ways, but one is more like I'm going to have a conversation with you, and the other is on the American side is I'm going to commodify this interaction.
The Americans
that I'm
are like, how can I make money, and the British are like, how can I ruin?
Yeah,
I love England.
Wow.
Why do you want to leave?
Jeez.
I don't. I'm here.
Awkward thing to say. I love it.
I love it.
Don't you want to get out of there, though? I mean, think about that.
I love
crowds.
Looking at the old podcast we filmed with you back in March 2021. It's a year and a half has gone by, and you look like you've aged, man.
Yeah, I was a kid back then, and now I'm a husk.
Were you under 18 when we did that podcast?
I think I was. When was it?
March 2021.
Yes, I would have been 17.
Okay, cool. So this is
A
now
minor.
the R-rated Tommyinnit podcast that we're going to be doing today. We're going
Let's
to be
talk
swearing
about
more.
boobs, breasts,
breasts, vagunas, vaganas,
the hymen,
A little bit of cock.
the hoo-has, the
the
hee-hoos,
vulva,
the vulva,
the labia,
ovaries,
the right labia,
ovaries, womb,
the lower labia,
childbirth,
birth.
the beauty of life,
Yeah.
and coming.
When the competition is meeting Mr. Beast, it's just, I've almost felt bad for you.
I met Mr. Beast a week before meeting you, and he was, fine. He was no you.
Yeah. He was worse than me.
Do you want to hear about how I met Mr. Beast?
Yeah, what's your least favorite
So-
thing about Jimmy?
So he texts me, His Hollowness. So he texts me going, hey, want to hang out? And I go, yeah, sure. Where are you? And he goes, I'm at the American Dream Mall. We're just doing like a soft burger opening. And I go, yeah, cool. And so I Uber over. And I get out. And then the security guy meets me and goes, follow me. And he takes me through the fucking back rooms of this mall, at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. And I'm walking around it. And I'm walking. And he just opens a door. And there's just thousands of people stood there. And they all start screaming at me. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. Where the fuck am I? And he barges through all these people. And I'm like, what? To get to Mr. Beast, who sat in the back rooms of this mall. Like,
In a throne made of
and he's
children's
done
bones.
and he's done 13 hours of meet and greet that day, and he's just sat there, and there's like a horde of people. Like Mr. Beast, and he just has like cronies with him, and it's me and him, and he goes, "Hey Tommy, here to milk me for views," and I go, "What the hi, Mr. Beast?" And then I go outside with
His
Carl.
register just changed from what he normally talks like.
I shit you not. It was literally like the Hunger Games. It's me and Carl and Sapnap, and then there's security off, and then there's this like chariot of just people. And this was when you realize it's starting to get a bit weird, because you got this meet and greet line, and I'm not an American, but I feel like people think Mr. Beast is like the coming of Jesus too. He's Jesus too, because there was like an entire family and like their toddler being like, "Mr. Beast, give me money, Mr. Beast," and he's like, "What?" It was
Like the parents were begging for money too.
yeah, with their entire
that's-
family and like babies, and I was like, "Oh my,
That's tough.
what the, Mr.
It's-
Beast?"
Yeah, I mean it's like crazy seeing, like just seeing all the videos from that event. I mean, was it what are we talking in terms of decibels? Like how loud was that mall?
It was just loud.
Yeah,
It was so loud.
you get out of there and it's like a grenade went off in Modern Warfare. Like your
It
ears
was
just
so
ringing.
weird.
There were a lot of people. How many people showed up to the mall?
It was. I think when I got there were like 2,000, but earlier in the day there had been like 8,000.
And Mr. Beast was just meeting these guys all day?
Yeah, he just had opened a burger restaurant.
And then, at the end of the day, so you walk into this back room that Mr. Beast is, and he's just sitting slumped over, and he goes, "Milk me." What did you make some TikToks with him or something? Like he was in a giving mood.
I made a YouTube short and a tweet, but it was like, you know, I've never in my. Do you know how? And given like an hour earlier, I'd been in the New Jersey. I've been in the New Jersey Applebee's. All right, and I felt terrible.
The New Jersey Applebee's.
There's only one, Jschlatt. Remember, there's only one
Applebee's in New Jersey. Yeah.
Then I went to the New Jersey Walmart. Then I went to
There's
Mr.
one of
to
each
Mr.
store in every state that we have. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, and then I went to the Mr. Beast Mall, and I was so shocked, everyone.
There's two of us on the call, Tommy.
So, I mean, he's not wrong with that wording. I mean, I guess it is correct. I mean,
Audio listeners, I'm thinking about you.
It's a bit.
We
It
are
is a
thinking
bit of a
about him.
culture shock, isn't it? Because you're not. I mean, I think people in the UK
Everything
are
is
generally smaller and less in your face
Smaller,
about things.
smarter.
right?
dude, have you seen
better.
some of the meet and greets that KSI has done though? I've seen some videos of those, and the people get it's crazy. People are like for Mr. Beast in America as they are for KSI in the UK.
Yeah.
There was a teacher at my PE school, at my school, who taught PE, and he'd stand outside, and all the girls would take turns going up to flirt with him.
What?
And then one time he came in with a black eye.
Oh.
Then a week later, and then he never came in again. That's what you'd be, Ted.
What did he do? Why did he never show up
No
again?
one knows.
No one knows. I
He
bet a
came in
couple
with
people
black
know.
eye.
You
He
think
came
I'd
in
be
with
the
a black
teacher that
eye?
would come in with the black eye?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be more the teacher that's like happy-go-lucky for so long until that one class clown makes me snap.
Then you get the belt.
Yeah, or like I'm really trying to keep my cool, and then I just start screaming at the kid, and the whole class goes dead silent, and then I'm like,
you
and then I
suck.
get suspended.
What was the dude you were dressed as Spider-Man? Did this even make it into the cut? Do you want to talk about that, Tommy? The guy?
I'm so impressed, by the way, Tommy, with how you managed to do that over 7 days. I mean, I had heard that you were pretty
7.
gassed at the end of it.
14.
14. Sorry, double what I yeah, I knew that initially, but because I've done a video in public, a man on the street stuff in New York. I did that New York City milkman video that I did, and doing that for 1 day, I was like, man, I'm not going to do this again for the next year and a half because
I did it
it's
for 2 weeks straight. Fucking hell.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm sure that people are interested. Like,
this was the weird. So I noticed when I dressed as Spider-Man for one of the days, you kind of attract the crazy people because everyone in New York knows Spider-Man.
Everyone wants to meet Spider-Man, I guess.
Everybody knows.
And I was this like derpy.
Top 5 rules of New
Spider-Man.
York. Number 1, everybody knows Spider-Man. Everybody in New York, they see you. They're Spider-Man.
I was like this really derpy ass, like looking Spider-Man. I need to think perfectly how to phrase this. I had the worst ever trauma dump of my life. And it was by a man. And I was dressed in a full Spider-Man outfit. And he wasn't in the final video. You couldn't see him. But this crazy man came up to me. And at first he was really funny. And he was like, going like, oh, you shithead. It was really good content.
Oh, that's
And then we
how
sort
it
of stopped
starts.
filming and we're like, you know, like, hey, you could put that in the video. And my mate, like Ash and Elodie were over there and he like grabbed my arm and was like, I'm worried how much of a joke this is going to be delivered as or not. And he grabbed me by the arm and he looked at me and went, I'm not sure. This is the worst thing that's ever happened.
To you, the worst thing that's ever happened, period?
He was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is going to land or not. I'm going to go for it. I killed 65 people in Vietnam. And then he grabbed my arm and then he went, and a snake came down from the trees and I chopped the snake in half. Have you ever had snake's blood on your kid? No, sir. No, I haven't. Have you ever had snake's blood? And he was like, I don't do therapy, man. It's the dogs.
You
And
ever
I'm
had
like,
snake's blood running down your chin as you lick it up in the forests of Vietnam?
I was like, and he was looking me dead in the eyes with these crazy eyes. And then right as he was getting towards the end of his sentence, he like, just like here, you know, not like my ass, not anywhere problematic, but like here, he ever so slightly grabbed it and went, and I like boys too. And I went, no. And I fucking had to sit down for like 20 minutes. And bearing in mind, this whole interaction, crazy New York old guy, and I'm dressed in a full Spider-Man suit. And I'm just sat like, where am I?
You're in the Big Apple, baby.
What is going on?
Don't you love New York?
Apple, baby.
It was terrifying. And I was like, how? And now, to give it into context, and we kept joking about this, it's a week before Mr. Beast is doing this like $1 versus $10 million hotels video. And after we met him, he was like, oh yeah, do you want to be in it? We can go on this private jet and like fly over to there. And I went, no, Mr. Beast, I'm going to go dress up as Spider-Man